I've known Rami since last week. We met on findafriend.com. Thanks for inviting me to your wedding. Actually, Rami and I have known each other about 20 years now. And one thing I've always been struck by about Rami is how little he's really changed over the years. He still looks the same, still talks the same. I'm pretty sure he was the world's oldest 9th grader. I think Ronald would win for oldest looking 9th grader, but Rami, even in the 9th grade, Rami was already thinking and planning big about his future in a way that was way beyond his years. He hasn't always been exactly sure of what path he was going to take, but he has always known where he wanted to end up in his life. And he's always been sure that his combination of intelligence, perseverance, confidence, and maybe a sprinkling of charm could get him there. Well, we've all been along for quite a ride over the last 20 years, but considering everything he's accomplished now, I would say that he was right. This guy really can do anything he sets his mind to. It's not hard to see why he's always been so good at everything he does, from school to work to fooling Liz into marrying him. Yeah, I don't think Rami's changed much. He's still a smooth operator, you know, oozes self-confidence. I don't think I've ever seen Rami afraid of anything. Have you guys ever seen the commercials that feature the most interesting man in the world? Even his enemies list him as their emergency contact. I'm pretty sure the most interesting man in the world makes commercials about Rami. As you can see, I'm sure you've all noticed Rami's narcissism. I mean self-confidence. Actually, I think one of the reasons why people really take to him is because of how down-to-earth he is and non-threatening he is. He's someone you can confide in and trust. No matter who you are, he makes you feel like he's your best friend, or you're his best friend. I know he's by far my best Egyptian friend. By far. Somehow, Rami's always been the voice of reason, very cool, calculated. This guy would sit down with me and say, "Hey, J5, I haven't seen you in a while. So what's going on, man?" And then he'd, give me the look, give me the As he would stare intently into my eyes, and say, "No, seriously, man, what's going on? Let's have a talk." And I'd always reply back, "Nothing much." "No, seriously, tell me what's going on." So fine, I would say, and as I would explain to him my latest predicament, he demonstrated his prowess at solving problems. He'd identify the players involved, analyze the problem, weigh the risk-benefit ratio of various actions, develop contingency plans, recount his own, often humorous, anecdote, and impart wisdom that somehow seemed obvious after he pointed it out, but was completely off the radar before that. Sometimes his talk would involve financial issues, sometimes work issues. Somehow, though, even after 20 years, they still usually revolve around that strange species we call females. Speaking of females, you might not know how chivalrous Rami is. His lack of fear, or some might call it self-preservation and chivalry, almost got him in trouble one time when he tried to intervene with a rather unsavory-looking guy, possible gang member, who was getting a little bit too physical with a lady. Rami kind of intervened and said, "That's not cool, man, to treat a lady like that." But after they kind of started making a move and looked like they might be getting a little bit upset at what he had done, he was quick to jump in his car and drive away. So I think he actually does have pretty good self-preservation, because there was another time that two guys tried to rob him and ended up fighting with them, and a good Samaritan jumped in to help, and as soon as he noticed that he had some help, Rami also ran away. learned about Rami is how much love he has inside of him. He's always had so much love to give. He loves his family. Rami loves his friends. Rami loves Liz. Rami loves karaoke. And Rami loves Asian women. The day that Rami asked Liz to marry him and she said yes was not only the day of their engagement, but it was the day that Asian mothers all over the world breathed a sigh of relief that their daughters were safe from the torrents of Mr. Self-Confidence 007 himself. In all honesty, I've experienced a lot of life with this guy, and I've learned a lot about life from the guy sitting here. I would go through fire for him, because I know he would do the same for any of us, any day of the week. I honestly am a little sad that he's getting married. I will miss some of the crazy tales that he would tell us of his adventures. Ask him to tell you sometime about how he was the inside spoon, but you know what, I don't have time for that story. Sorry. I'm sad to see him get married, but I really do believe that he saved the best for last. Liz, you've already become a part of our family, an honorary Mango, over the last few years, but it's great that it'll be official now. Liz will tell you that she knew Rami was the one after he cooked for her the first time. What better sign of true love than to cook for your loved one a meal prepared straight from the heart? I personally knew it was love after Rami locked Liz down and stopped going to his trainer and gained back his pre-Liz weight. But not only was Liz not upset about it, but I watched as she gleefully rubbed her hands up and down his sexy jelly roll and hairy chest. Now that is a match made in heaven. As I've gotten to know you over the last few years, Liz, I've come to see how perfect you two are together. Hearing Rami brag to Liz about the deuce he just dropped and demolishing the toilet after he agreed up with his stage. And hearing Liz tell him that that's why I love you, babe, it's like music to my ears. We can all learn a little something about that kind of love. If you could all raise a glass, I'd like to make a toast. Rami, I love you, man. I love you as much as I could love a man. Your wisdom and your friendship has meant a lot to me over the years. And I'll never forget the crazy times we had together. Liz, I love you too. I love you as much as I could love a woman who belongs to the man who I just said I love. Liz, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're funny, and thank God for Rami, you happen to be Asian. Here's a toast to the lucky couple. Let the good times roll.
And next we want to welcome up to the microphone Brett Hood.